But I'm going to play this quick video, and then I'm going to give black men some ammo for these conversations. Here we go. So that was just simply the video. She put on her page for some odd reason to say Mexican men build houses, Indian men got gas stations. What do black men have? And it goes to the point of this whole, leadership thing. Black men don't build, so on and so forth. But I've noticed that when people ask these types of questions, they never do the research. They just say things because they've heard these narratives in their black male hate groups that black men don't build anything. They don't own banks. They don't, do this or do that. So they'll go on social media and say foolery, foolish things like this when black men can literally do anything. So in response to what do black men do? Black men, I got you. Out of the 3% majority black-owned businesses, 53% of majority-owned black are owned by black men. 39% had black women majority owners, while 8% had equal male/female ownership. Black men own about 95% of black-owned banks in the United States. Yes, black people do own banks. I have a whole video out there that I'm going to show you guys a thumbnail for. And also, as of February 2024, there were 16 black billionaires in the world. And of those 16, 10 are from the United States, with eight of those billionaires in the United States being black men, and only 2 are black women. As of 2023, there were nearly 2 million black millionaires in the United States, which is about 8.8% of the total number of millionaires in the country. Remember, black men only represent 7% of the population, the U.S. population. Black men roughly represent 80% of the millionaires in the black community. Black men own 18 of the 20th largest black businesses in the United States, which stem from goods and services, industrial, entertainment, transportation, finance, companies in communication, engineering, food services, and farming. Also, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, there are over 100,000 barbers in America. Slightly more than 20% of those barbers are black men, even though black men only represent 7% of the population. Crazy, right? African-American barbers are a significant component of the men's grooming industry that Forbes estimated in 2015 to exceed $20 billion. Yeah. In 2023, about 10% of people working in the U.S. motion picture and video industry were black or African-American. In 2021, black actors made up 15.5% of leading roles and 18% of all acting roles in films written or directed by people of color. Again, while only still representing 7% of the U.S. population. Furthermore, and according to the 2023 Sentencing Project, scholars have declared a generational shift in the lifetime likelihood of imprisonment for black men. The risk has fallen from a staggering 1 in 3 for those born in 1981 to a 1 in 5 born in 2001. 54% of black men have never fathered children, and the 46% who have, mothers reported that black fathers shared responsibilities more frequently and displayed more effective co-parenting than Hispanic and white fathers. And don't forget, 36% of black men are married, as opposed to 29% of black women, even though there's about 1.5 million more black women. Finally, a substantial share of black men in the United States are realizing the American dream, at least financially, and the majority are not poor. Per a new analysis of census data outlined in the report, more than 1 in 2 black men, 57%, have made it into the middle class or higher, up from 38% in 1960. So we are doing much better than our ancestors. Black men who are married, have a college education, and work full-time are more likely to be in the middle or upper class. Military service is also linked to a higher likelihood of being in the middle class or higher. Black men were able to accomplish all of this while facing residential segregation, which can limit employment options, employment discrimination, and also over policing due to being viewed as more violent, even though only 1.9 million people are incarcerated in the US. Black men, Black women, and juveniles represent 38% of the 1.9 million, which equates to 722,000. There's over 20 million Black men currently in the United States, which translates to less than 3.5% of the Black male population being incarcerated. Black men operate in the Black community that has been utilizing false stereotypes for decades in order to paint a picture that we're less than our female counterparts, but somehow have still managed to make strides with all of those factors working against us. Salute to you, Black men. So if anybody has any issue or any conversations come up and they ask you guys, what have Black men done for the Black community? The Black community would be sunk if it wasn't for Black men. Financially, we will be done. Okay? So when we start comparing, and I hate when, these conversations are brought up, we always get Black women say, why are you competing against Black women? Not competing, just setting the record straight, level setting the conversation, because you guys keep bringing up and asking Black men, what are we doing? There would be no Black community if it wasn't for Black men. The millionaires, the billionaires, the company owners. Yeah, these are the things that you guys don't hear from Black pundits in the public eye, but you're going to hear it here. Okay? So that's what Black men are doing for the Black community. All this talk and foolery about being a matriarchal society, it's false. Because when you look, at the bare bones of how the Black community is standing, Black women are living off of Black men's accomplishments, and you guys should be thankful. And don't sit there and act like I'm sitting there trying to throw it in your face, because I wouldn't even have to address this stuff if we didn't have videos such as that one being made by our Black women, right? It's crazy. Just think about that, guys. Like, the Black community only owns 3% of the businesses in the United States. But out of those 3%, 55% are owned by Black men. I didn't know about this stuff. The only time I heard these false narratives being painted against Black men is from Dr. Umar and Black women.
Black church caters to the Black woman. And the reason the Black church caters to the Black woman is because the Black woman is the provider. She has more income and education than the man. So they're looking at this financially.
Black women are excelling. They're getting accelerated degrees, graduate degrees, doctorate degrees. They're starting businesses. Black women are running circles around men. If Black women are excelling at such an accelerated rate, how do men keep up with that?
Here we go again.
More Black women are graduating from colleges, which in turn will mean that of course, there's Black men that are doing well, but if you have more Black women graduating from college, more than likely more Black women might do more than financially better than Black men.
That's what brought it to my attention, because I remember he said something. Yeah, it was about Black women making more money than Black men. This was a long time ago. He has repeated that narrative multiple times. And when he said that, when I heard it, when I was listening to the Breakfast Club on the podcast while I was at work, and he said that, I was like, really? I was like, Black women, make more money than Black men? And at the computer, and I kind of looked it up, and I was like, this is wrong. Why did he say that? You know what I'm saying? And then it started to click, and I was like, damn, this is crazy.